You hear that? The fans are running, but the truck's not. What is this sorcery? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Radiator channel. Yep, this is a 2014 GMC Sierra. The engine is off, but the radiator fans are still running. So apparently this is a pretty common issue with these trucks, Yukons, Suburbans, Tahoes, etc., even on the V6 motor. For some reason, the fans keep running, the temperature gauge doesn't budge from 160, and you often have AC issues. So how in the world do you fix the problem with this thing? Well, that's actually surprisingly easy. Let me show you. The vehicle is off. Engine's not running, but yet the fans are running. So we're gonna turn the fans off real quick. 10mm socket. Okay, fans just kicked off. Oh well. We gotta do this anyway. We're gonna remove the battery cable because we're gonna be disconnecting the sensor and replacing the thermostat. For the job today, we're gonna be using my Dynamic Tools tool set, quality set of tools, lifetime warranty. Go to shopdynamictools.com, use code Detonator15, and you can save 15% off a set like this, or anything else off the website for that matter. And use that code every time you shop, because every time you use it, it's 15% off. Shopdynamictools.com, Detonator15. So this is what we're going after right here. Thermostat and the coolant temperature sensor to its left. And this should fix the problem. So we disconnected the battery, and that's important because we want the computer to reset. You could get by with replacing just one or the other, thermostat or temperature sensor, but this issue will pop up. You need to do both. So we got to get the air intake box off so we can reach those parts. Here's how you do that. Okay, we're gonna have to remove this air intake box. There are two hoses, one here and one right there. Push on that gray tab. Pop that off. Do the same over here. Push up on that tab. Next, we got to get this clamp off the throttle body, and we'll remove the air intake box. Okay, with the intake box moved out of the way, we can focus on the thermostat and the temperature sensor. So we'll just squeeze this tab right here, lift up on this electrical connector for the temperature sensor, set that aside. So now we'll get these hoses off of the thermostat. Before we take the hose off, I'll undo the cap here and release any pressure that might be in there. Got a catch can here. We are going to make a little mess. There are 3 bolts that hold this thermostat in, kind of like a triangle. One there, one right there, and one up front. Get these loose and we'll pull this thermostat out. Can't forget this little hose. Well, that ain't good.
Look what you did, you little jerk!
Just broke the fitting off. It's a good thing we got a new thermostat. This rubber seal's got to come off too. Temperature sensor is a 19mm. Clean around this surface here so we have a nice clean spot to put the new thermostat on. So this is the new temperature sensor, part number 2134514, and the thermostat 81507. Go ahead and install that the same way it came out. Throw in my 10mm bolts, and we'll tighten these down, but we don't want to over tighten them because there's no sense. We don't want to crack the plastic housing, and there's real no need to torque it to the moon. Sometimes these castings on the water pump that these things bolt into sometimes can crack. You don't want to be in that boat. I'm going to tighten it a little bit on one side, tighten it down over here, just keep going around the horn. We want it snug so it doesn't leak. Oh, for a little peek, those clamps are tight, which is a good thing. There we go. I'm just gonna tighten that snug. I don't want to overdo it. Obviously, I don't want to crack or break anything. And just put that connector back on. Perfect. Put this intake box back on. And make sure that these hoses line up to the throttle body and the air box without any like pinching or not sitting just right, because you don't want dirty air getting into your engine. Put those back on. Should just slide on and click in place. With all that back together, we're going to refill the coolant. Okay, we're going to fill this back up using this Cool, good for 95 and newer GM. This stuff is the ready to use. Don't need to add any water to it. It's already diluted, ready to go. I'm going to fill this up to this line right here, full cold. Let's see how good my aim is. Nailed it. We'll turn the truck on, we'll let it run for a few minutes. That level will probably go down and we'll just fill it as needed. All right, everything back together now. We'll fire this puppy up. We'll check for leaks around the work that we just did, and should be good to go. Okay, so it's been running for a couple of minutes and the fans have not kicked on. They kicked on almost immediately whenever I brought the truck down here. Coolant needs to be topped off. All right, so I just brought the truck back to my neighbor, and you can see the needle has moved for the thermostat. So it has been a full month since I did this repair, and I'm glad to report that the truck has not had any issue with the fans running after the engine's been cut off.